good. I thought I hit you a bit hard on the head than I meant to. Well, since you're awake, I suppose finally I'm not stuck here talking to myself. Anyways, hello. You probably already know who I am. Mostly, if you haven't watched the news of Gotham, then you're. Where the hell have you been? Even if you're not from Gotham, you've had to hurt me. If you've even. Because since you're here, you've obviously heard of Gotham. And, well, I guess I'm somewhat new to this side of the game since ever since the Bats got his new boy Wanda. Anywho, I am here to recruit you as one of my clowns. Maybe even possibly one of my lieutenant clowns who help, well, let's just say correct Gotham. See, people always see what I do as just causing chaos and creating something of a domain for myself. What I'm really here to do is fix Gotham. See, what I do is just more of an aggressive side of it. The Batsy, he just takes down low-life criminals or attacks me and my clowns, really. It didn't always used to be that way. A few years ago, I knew the Bats personally. More personally than I do now, but we used to work together, you see? I used to be a stupid, simple-minded vigilante like he was. And people still call him a hero. He just sits there and doesn't help Gotham. Only makes the crime worse. It just creates vacuums for the bigger crime bosses to go and fill. Sorry. I suppose I just get a bit too emotional speaking about those things. Speaking of the Bats. Well, of course I know his identity. But I'm not gonna say it or use it. That would ruin part of the fun. See, my goal is to help Gotham. But I'm gonna do it better than the Bats ever could. And I'm gonna make sure the Bats crumbles to me. I'm gonna make him the one crawling back to me. But in all good times, good things come to those who wait. Yada yada, all that philosophy stuff, you know. But I can't entirely do it alone. I mean, it's a lot for just it being a one-man job, but a crew would absolutely make it more efficient. I mean, obviously the Bats has his whole, what do they call it now? Some stupid, like, Bat family or something? Like, he's kidnapping a bunch of freaking orphans. I mean, that's kind of weird, kidnapping a bunch of small children and then putting them in tights and leather and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, taking them out to beat people up in the middle of the night. But apparently, he kidnaps a few orphans or a few children, and it's fine. And it's just wonderful for the people of Gotham. But I kidnap one child, I get put on a wanted list. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I am getting very sidetracked, and I should probably... Okay. What I'm here to ask you is, you seem to be a person with resources. And as soon as you got in here, I could tell from the press that you are someone who also wants to help Gotham. Wants to help it, and a good way to help it is to help me achieve my goal. Once you do, I will be gone. Because then there will be no longer a use for me. Of course, every now and again it may be a little iffy if I, maybe get bored, but, I will make sure the Bats gets what's coming to him, and I will make sure there isn't a vacuum. Because that vacuum is what really gets this place broken down. People always want to try to ignore it, always try to make it not seem as bad as it really is. but they're all blind to what is really happening in the dark shadows. And what happens at Arkham? Have you ever been to Arkham? I have. Plenty of times. Plenty of times. Hell, even one of the doctors there proved that it's not a great place for us. You ever heard of Scarecrow? He's one of those god-forsaken doctors that was over at Arkham, testing on us. This is not a city to grow. The city must burn. Then we will rebuild it from the ashes in an image that will coincide with the people. Arkham, they send everyone there who really needs help. Because apparently they have nor the resources or the people to truly help them. They put me in Arkham. You see where I am now? If I had help, do you think I would be standing here trying to fix Gotham for myself? No. So it's a question you're not really supposed to answer, but the answer is no. My point is, Gotham is unstable. Gotham needs to be rebuilt, and you cannot rebuild something without destroying it. And no, I will try to do it the most... Well, I'm just gonna do it the most efficient way I can see fit, and how I really just figure out what I'm gonna do. Because really, look at me. Do I seem like someone who has a plan? No, obviously not. I mean, I've gotten this far somehow. I mean, have you seen some of the things I've tried to do? But there was always the bats. The bats is always right there, stopping me from completing my work. All because he sits over there, being high and mighty, being the one who was on the quote-unquote good side of Gotham. The police can't do anything against the criminals that run throughout. The only person in that stupid Bat family of his I've seen that really has an initiative that can actually fix the city is the stupid Red Hood. Yes, me and him had an unpleasant meeting, you could call it, but I made him so he could help. A lot of people don't see it, but he may be trying to kill me, but that same motivation helps him clean up the cities properly. Then there's the rest of the Bat family. The new little runt Robin. He seems to have initiative, but not in the right place. He always has that sword around with him. The Nightwing. Is it the first? The stupid name. First Boy Wonder. Oh, the one who's almighty and supposed to take up the... What do they call it? The mantle of the Bats. It's so fucking stupid. It's just a mask. It's just some toy some lonely rich boy wanted to play with. I mean, really, if you take it in the context, a guy in all black and mostly black leather suit beating up and tying people up throughout the night, that gives some different implications. But we won't focus on that now. Let me get back to what I was saying. I would like to recruit you as my top of the line A-list clowns. You know, like how comedians and stand-up comedians have like their good joke that they know they're gonna lead with. I want you to be that. You're not a joke, but you are the one who will help lead us to a better Gotham. Anyways, I'm gonna let that sit in your head for a while, and I'm gonna do a bit more planning and a bit more, well, quote-unquote, resource gathering. That's what they've been telling me to call it. And when I come back, you better have an answer, or else I am not going to be very happy, and you will be very close friends and get very close with some of my other clowns that have made me unhappy. Anyways, rest well. They will bring you food. If you want, I can try to arrange at least that you have some wet wipes, because I know this place gets a bit filthy. Sorry, I had a big lunch. Anyways, good luck on your choices. Hope you do well, and hope you do the right choice. I am off to save Gotham, and also speak with the bat, but you know. Toodaloo!